For those of you that don't know me, my name's Trevor. I'm from Trade On Point and also MetaTrader Indicator. So that's tradeonpoint.com. This is a live educational chat room slash live trading feed. We're currently trading the Dow Jones futures and the ES futures. I'm just going to pull my charts back a little bit. So this is MetaTrader that I just want to do. I just want to try and fit another chart on here because I've got 3 trades going on at the moment. And I know it's pretty difficult to see. I'll just move that up there. All right. Okay, so you can see, so I'll just go through this. I'll go through it in a second. Let me just get my other chart up. Just bear with me 1 second and I'll be ready. So we're up 1 tick on the ES. We're up 6 ticks on the YM. So if you haven't traded futures before, so a lot of CFD platforms, they have the Dow 30, for example, or the US 30. And so that essentially is the YM, which is on the right-hand side of my chart. Now, the other one that we have in the middle, that's the ES futures or the SP 500. It's on CFDs, it'll be US 500 or to be SP 500. And right on the left-hand side, we pretty much have the same 2 charts, but we are using MetaTrader 5. So the strategies that I trade essentially breakout trades. I'm a day trader, especially in the room. I do have some swing trades. We had a beautiful swing trade on earlier this week. We were up almost $900 within 24 hours on one contract on the E-minis. However, we closed that out and I think we got about $700 and something, about 770 and some change. So that's essentially what I trade. Now, I'm just trying to arrange one more chart for myself here. And ultimately what we do is I also trade the pound dollar. The pound dollar, I will trade pound Aussie. So anything that affects the market or has a really good chance of running pound yen as well during the London Open. So I will start trading at 7 a.m. in the morning. I'll trade for about an hour and a half into the session. And as I take my trades, we try and make this 1% today. Now, the top account, we call it Trade On Point account or top account, is a micro account. You know, we started that with ultimately $700. We bumped it up to about $1,000 in about 6 weeks. So it's doing fairly well. All right, so we started to move down on the breakout here. We've had the TAS block breakout on the ES. We're going towards the low value area or the point of control on the Dow Jones. I'm still going to hold on to these positions. It's still looking great on the 60-minute chart, both on the Dow and the S&P. We can see that we're starting to print in bearish territory over here. So look, I very much I trade indicators. Now indicators, as I always say, they all work. You know, I mean, every indicator you can come up with a trading plan. Oh, let me try and get that monitor a bit further up. However, it's a combination of indicators that you use. So these indicators, these dashed lines, they're the TAS boxes, best indicator in the world as far as I'm concerned, that and the AT trigger, which is an adaptation of the WADA. The World CCI I simply use to get out of trades, and the 2123 V8 indicator I use as my entries as well. So I have set rules to get into trades and get out of trades. It's very simple. Now, guys, I'm not going to get much back to the market because while I don't have my stop in here at the moment, continue. While I don't have my stop in here at the moment, I have a protective stop, so but I'm not going to give much back. So I mean, realistically, because I get in mechanically, and at this time, unless you get some seismic event, the market's not going to rally 100 points, or one would hope not. But ultimately, my stop is I can put it just above this high over here. I can put it above the high value area over here. So, depending, but I'll never let it get that far away from me, because I mean that in itself, I would close off, especially on this right hand position where I'm up 8 points already. But the type of trading we do in the room, we day trading. We're not looking to make $600-700 out of a trade, because it's not going to happen. Generally we can make 100-150 bucks out of a trade. Normally about 100 bucks on each trade. Try and go for a couple $100 a night on one e-mini contract. I'm fairly happy with that. On the top account, we aim for 1% a day, and we've been doing that consistently. Only we make 2 or 3% a day. But so what are we doing at the moment? We're hitting 37s, 37.50s on the bird, 37.25. So we are slowly grinding lower. 42.35. There's 316 contracts sitting down there. 2 points away. 2 points away, it's 100 bucks. I mean, we'll get up before then. But yeah, that 42.35, I'd watch that area there. Other than that, there's nothing really. Losing contracts there, adding contracts there. Not too far away. Joys of having multifocals, which ones have I got on? Well, we're starting to rally at the moment. Let's just see what's happening here. Nothing significant is coming out. Yeah, we had nothing, no indications to get out there. Yeah, I'm just watching. I'm probably going to close these trades out, especially the new Dow Jones trade. Let's go a little bit above that actual high. I'm not convinced. See, the 1 hour is still very much bearish. See, if we bring up the 1 hour chart on the ES over here, and you can see we've got this top over here. Now, I don't want to set a stop this high because it's just a little bit too far. We've got the overnight low down there. We're still within the value area over here, and pretty much we'll down here, we'll start to make new lows. And if we closed below this level over here, we would have 42.38, and we didn't quite get down there. We still have quite a few contracts sitting down there. So I don't know what's moved this market up a little bit at the moment. I'm just kind of going to have a look here. Market up a little bit at the moment. Just kind of look here. Yeah, you can see here we came up. There's a retracement, and now we're trying to push higher. Yeah, you can see here we came up. Screen's frozen here. Not a lot of volume going through either. It's really just only. Sorry guys, for some reason my chart's just on playing the game at the moment. So we have pulled back down a little bit. I'm just watching. All in the red. Yeah, we really want to try and get back into bearish territory over here. We're above the Viet above the 0 line as well, but we are printing low on the AT trigger. And the 2 CCI is below the 0 line, so a little bit of luck will come back down. We just want to keep our stops above those highs. 1 hour chart is still looking good. Let's have a look to see what we're doing. If we go into the 6-hour chart, which is all our trades. I put this the other day of the potential, but I was having a look and I thought, well, certainly we're not going to break. If we break out, then we should see the market go higher. But I'd like to see us end the week below 42.37. You know, well, it'd be nice to see us around about 42, less than 42.30. And you've got another small little trend line that you can put over here as well. I'll be putting that in. So you can see they just obviously support. At the moment, the market wants to break higher, but you can see here we broke above the high, the previous highs, and then it got rejected straight away. It broke above the highs, and now this is what I thought was going to be the rejection candle. You can see on the daily chart, same thing, and this was really well favored as a I would like to have seen this be a projection candle, but just to let you know, the indicator on this chart is the Heikin Ashi, but behind that is the actual I have a bar chart. I dedicated probably about 4 months just to learning the Heikin Ashi, everything there was to know about the Heikin Ashi. And it's great that I indicate if you know how it works. Great that I indicate if you know how it works. Yeah, I was at Head and Shoulders the other day, but that didn't work out, unfortunately. Yeah, but that didn't work out. So we'll just get back to our actual chart, put it back on the 1 minute. Just, see how the S&P's come down, or the ES. I keep referring to the S&P because if I say ES, a lot of traders don't know what the ES is. So for those guys that know between the ES and the S&P, it's not because I'm trying to refer to the wrong thing. I'm trying to keep it. If I start saying YMES, then traders won't know what I'm talking about. So it's easier because a lot of people are trading CFDs. It's easier just to say ES&P or the Dow. But you can see the correlation because normally before we had the Dow was in profit, the S&P was in a loss. We've done the complete reverse now. But generally, if the S&P drops, if the ES drops 1 point, then we should see about a 10-point drop on the Dow. So that's what the ratio generally is, 1 to 10. Not always, but they are very closely correlated. So we can see we're inside the value area at the moment. We've got this other TAS box that's set up over here. But we can see here, and we've checked off that TAS box up top there, that high value area. But you can see the distance on this TAS box is not very wide. So it really doesn't hold a lot of weight. At least we've gone bearish again, which I like on the ES or S&P. Haven't quite done so on the Dow. 37.5 on the pad. We'll go through a bit of Forex just now as well. I'm going to set a target of 42.36.5 on my top account. Just because we've got the last 5 minutes, we've just gone completely sideways. There we finally starting to break down. 41 seconds to go. Let's see if we can hold it. Target's going to be 36. So again on the Dow, completely and absolutely sideways. I'm just going to have a look to see. I had a look before. We don't have a lot of news coming out. There is a couple of announcements that will move the markets, but we've also got the meetings on at the moment. Now 7:35 a.m. and 8:30 we got Governor Bailey speaks, and that would affect the pound. Guys, I'm going to can this ES trade because we just really buy the bid, try and get half a point. Buy the bid, get half a point. There we go. We are. So that's half a point. I mean, it's $25. That's not exactly going to pay for anything. Yeah, it's just sideways. It'd probably be fine at 8:30. We might get something moving on the market. It looks great on the 60-minute chart, but to be in two positions and then to get both of them, it'd probably be head north. And because they're so closely correlated, I'd rather just stick on this YM trade. Because they're so closely correlated, I'd rather just stick on this YM trade. If we have a look at the ES, I'm just going to show you something quickly. If we have a look at the ES, I'm just going to show you something. It's all wait a few more days. Let's see how many trades we do. This is pretty much, you can see that's the London session. See how many, and but we can see if you have a close look, this is the 1 hour chart. We can see we had this nice move up, massive rejection, retracement, move up, and we're just trading sideways at the moment. So I'm expecting this to break out south. And if I was taking this overnight, I'll probably, or into the New York session, I'll probably be putting a target at 42.28. But what I'm going to do is I've got another 21 minutes to go, and then if this closes, below 42.37, my potential for a swing trade on with a stop at 42.41. and I'll put a target down here at 42.28. One thing I just want to make myself clear is we don't generally want you to just take our trades for the sake of taking our trades. We want you to kind of learn why we're trading. We're going to be putting together a short video series on YouTube, and that will just to show you why we're actually trading. Let me get rid of this. And that will just to show you why we actually we can see here, this is the on the top account. I've left the trade on the Ninja Trader. I've got out because obviously the contract size is a bit higher. But you can see here, we almost got to we were one tick away from hitting our target. So we want our target there. One tick away from our target. You can see again, we just for this whole session we're just going sideways, which is quite bizarre because normally we always get a decent trade at the market open, but I'm sure that's got to do with the news that's coming out in another at the market open, but I'm sure that's got to do with the news that's coming out in another 20 minutes or so. Sorry, 50 minutes. Remember today, G7 meetings all day. Remember today, G7 meetings all day. Cisco. I mean, we're backing bearish territory, but we're backing not up the woods just yet. You can see this point of control just lining up perfectly together. All right, market's trying to move up. Again, see this point of control. Market's trying to move up. Again. You can see the ES going into bullish territory again. Let's get this off my chart. See the ES going into bullish territory again. Yes, looking like it's going to break higher. Yes, looking like it's going to break higher. Not doing an awful lot on the longer time frame charts. It's all within the cloud there. Clouds. All within the cloud there. I'm going to potentially take this ES long, although I'm going to get out of this Dow Jones trade. I'm down $75. Potentially take this in the Dow Jones. Get out of this Dow Jones. It's coming up close to my stop at the moment, so I'll probably be willing to risk $100 on the trade. So probably willing to risk $100 on the trade. So after coming out of the Dow Jones and up the one end, out of the Dow Jones, one end. So watch through one corner. Stay on the top account just to store footprints for easy. Beginning to swing risk size. I can slightly buy stops. So I'm still looking at the slide allocator. The Isla candle's 42.79.5. So not far away from it, but it's going to be interesting to see if it breaks at high or not. Isla far away from it. See if it breaks at high. It's really significant. It's really significant. We are breaking out of the high value area. We are breaking out of the high value area. We're definitely hitting the ask at the moment, but not a lot of contracts going through. Definitely hitting the ask at the moment. Trying to push up to 39.75, but there's no takers at that price. Trying to push up to 39.75, but there's no takers at that price. Another TAS box forming over here. We're just breaking below the TAS box. Another TAS box forming over here. We're just breaking below the TAS box. Are we looking for a short on the ES again? Looking for a short on the ES again. Short in the ES. 42.39. So guys, just remember, do your own analysis. Don't jump into trades because I'm jumping into trades. You can see there on the last trade we took a loss. I don't know how much you have to trade, what your risk profile is. I'm simply just trading live in front of you to show you how quickly I can get in and out of the market, how quickly I can change my mind, and explain why I'm getting in the market. So this is the TAS box breakout. We've just gone negative on the, or bearish, should I say. Currently up a whole tick. Dow Jones pulling back as well. Currently up a whole tick. Dow Jones pulling back as well. Yeah, one tick. Yeah, one tick. Currently up 2 ticks, nothing to write home about just yet. Dow Jones also pulling down. Nothing to write home about just yet. Dow Jones also pulling down. Currently up 3/4 of a point. We still got just over half an hour till that event that potentially could move the market. That event that potentially could move the market. So for those of you that, for those of you that, for those of you that, those of you that Dow Jones moving, we are currently at 1 point. Dow Jones moving south as well, into bearish territory on both. Dow Jones moving, we are currently at 1 point. Dow Jones moving south as well, bearish territory on both. Currently up $62 on the ES. So if you take that in our earlier profit, we will be break even on our total trading day. Still be more 1% though. We'll be break even on our total trading day. Still be more. On the top account, we're coming back into towards our break even because we kept that trade open. We've got a sell over here, we've got a sell over here, so we've averaged out probably in profit there. We've sold here at 42.38 and in profit on our top account there. Sold here at 42, currently at 1 full point on the MetaTrader. On the MetaTrader. Only up 75 on the ES. Just bear with me 1 second. Only up 75 on the ES. Just bear with me 1 second.